Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Before we get started, I just wanted to announce that I am making a manga, and the Kickstarter to fund getting physical copies of the manga is live. It's launched, so if you see these around town, if you live in Chicago, don't be shy, go ahead and scan the QR code. There are several different tiers you can pledge to. You can pledge $1 just if you believe in the project and you just want to be supportive. You can pledge $5, again, if you want special thanks in the book and if you want to be supportive. You can pledge $15 if you want a physical copy of the book shipped to your address, and then so on and so forth. The tiers go up and up and up, and the more they go up, the more privileges you get. So make sure you head to the link in my bio, Kickstarter, and make sure you make your pledge. And remember, we only have until October 28th to raise $15K, so you better act now. Head to the link in the bio to figure out who killed Susie Hannah. That all being said, sorry for the little ad. It's going to be in every video up until this Kickstarter is out, because guys, between Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube, 3,000, 1,500, 100,000. I have like 125,000 followers in total with all of my platforms combined. If each one of you guys donated or pledged $1, I'm done. I'm set. Like, the manga's getting made. It's getting made promptly. The sooner we get this money, the sooner we can start. The sooner my artists will start drawing. The sooner the product will be out. Anyways, enough of that. I just finished watching Breaking Bad Season 3, Episode 1. And I want to just start with what was the most touching to me. Divorce. Divorce is so hard on children. It really is. But one thing I feel like enough of us don't really think about too much is how hard divorce is on the parents. Like, they don't want that just as much as the kids don't. And I feel like this did a really good job of kind of showing Walter Jr. upset, right? Like, he's blaming the mom. Little does he know, it's his dad who was choosing deceit, drugs, money, blah, 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 over the family, under the guise that it was for the family. Now, I'm a sucker for shows and movies where the main character is fighting for something, or his main motivation is this thing, and in the process of fighting for that thing, he loses that thing. I'm a sucker for movies and shows that do that. And so the fact that that happened in this, I was like, okay, yes, okay, I love it. He lost sight of what he was fighting for. He really did. He may have started this like, okay, yeah, like, in time I'll be gone and there will be nobody providing for Skyler. I've afforded her the lifestyle of a stay-at-home mom, and I would like her to have that still. Walter Jr., on the surface, he can just see, all he sees is his mom not allowing the dad in the house. Not allowing, but it's like, Walt knows he can't go in there. She probably never said explicitly, I don't want to see you. I don't want to see your face. You cannot come in this house. But I feel like it's implied. So Walt also feels like it's implied. So he doesn't come into the house. And it upsets Walter Jr. He doesn't know anything, right? So he's like, all I know is my dad is not being allowed by my mom to come into the house. And so I kind of want to just touch on something a little personal. My parents are divorced. They've been divorced since I was 8 or 9 or 10 or 11, honestly. Repressed all those memories because of how traumatic divorce really is. And now we can say that this is this is really interesting. We can say it's this whole misogynistic thing because there might be some merit to that. I, in the beginning, do remember being kind of like, why is mom being so horrible to dad? You know what I'm saying? What I'm kind of sensing where this is going is Walt Jr. is going to blame Skyler for kicking the dad out. Well, that's kind of where I see this going. And it's like, Skyler doesn't deserve that. Now, did she kick him out? Yes, but it is because of Walt's actions that she kicked him out. He is putting the entire family in danger. Remember the Tuco scare, right? He's literally holding a gun by the window. He hid a gun in the baby diaper box. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he actively chooses everything over his family. So of course, Skyler is choosing the family over him. Of course, that just makes sense. But that is why I feel like even if you're going through a divorce, unless it's something like horrifically graphic or something like that, I do think you should age appropriately explain to your children what's going on. Because not knowing just creates hatred and vitriol for you, the parent who stayed, right? Because Skyler is doing right by her family, getting this dangerous man. Honestly, Walt is dangerous. He is. Getting this dangerous man away from her young baby and her teenage son. And he's a bad influence. Like that party, him making him drink. But I feel like that was enough of a bonding moment where Walt Jr. is like, you know, and that's why it reminds me of myself. Because my dad, when my parents split up, obviously like the kids stayed with the mom. That's just how things usually go. We stayed with our mom, and my dad would come, and you know, the mom is always the person who you have to set the rules, you have to raise these kids, blah 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 blah, right? And then when the kids get with the dad, that's when it's like free time. So who are you going to want to be around more? This person who makes me follow all these rules, or this person who creates all this free time for me and gives me things and comes sparingly to the point where his presence is like a gift. It's a little special treat we get every so often. It's like ice cream. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, but he would take us to get ice cream. So like, I feel like you just have to explain to the children, your dad did this. That is why he is not safe to be in the house. Period. And Walter Jr. is old enough to know. Walter Jr. is old enough where he deserves a conversation. Hey, your father loves you very much. Your father loves you dearly, but he made a really bad decision that put the entire family at jeopardy. So for our safety, we cannot have him here. We cannot have your father here. Done. Now, instead of thinking, why is my mom being such a bitch to my dad? Why is my mom doing this? What is wrong with her? I want to see my dad. Instead of thinking that, now you can kind of, the child will be able to kind of cope in their brain. Damn, I do, like it becomes a complex feeling. Instead of just, I wonder, I hate my mom. It becomes, I want to see my dad so bad. I wish he hadn't done this bad thing. And then maybe even the appropriate like thought process of, why would dad choose this thing over me? You know what I'm saying? That I feel like that's an appropriate thought process in the situation, because that's literally what Walt was doing. And it wasn't more clear until that $1 million sting at the motel. Like, that was when it was made abundantly clear where Walt's mind was. He should have gone to see his baby get born. Who did he blame? Jesse. He's like, you made me miss the birth of my daughter. Which, I mean, Jesse probably robbed him of 15, 20 minutes max. So yeah, this episode did feel really personal to me. I did really feel for Skyler, because divorce is hard on everybody. Skyler went to Walt, and I was gagged when she was like, you're a drug dealer. How else do you have all that money? I am just impressed that she pieced it all together, and I'm impressed at the script for allowing her, and the story, for allowing her to piece it together. Now, her first guess was marijuana, because if you remember in the beginning, Walt was like, oh yeah, like I've been smoking marijuana recently to calm my nerves or whatever. Cancer is hard, LOL. And she's like, okay, she pulled up on Jesse, stop selling my husband marijuana. And another thing I kind of loved that they shed some light on. Well, first of all, let's get to this. The audacity for Walt to lie to Skyler's face but not commit to it? Come on, bro. If you're gonna lie, you have to commit to that shit. She's like, you're a drug dealer. Marijuana. If you're gonna, like, you have to think about it like this. What is your goal? Your goal is to get your wife back, right? She guessed, like we've talked about this on this channel before. Not worse, but bad. Not worse, but bad. Yes, I'm a drug dealer, but it was only marijuana. You know what I'm saying? That's better than, okay, yes, and it was meth. That is way, like, better in my opinion than, you know, coming clean about everything. You know, while you're at it, tell her you killed a guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like, is your goal to get your wife back or not? Like, I understand he's trying to be, like, all honest right now, but what would he expect to happen? Another thing, Skyler is a fucking bitch. We're gonna see this next episode because I'm gonna watch it right now. We're gonna see. But if she does not, and obviously I understand that there's a big difference between money laundering and selling drugs, especially meth. I understand there's a big difference there. But at the same time, if your morals are your morals, then they should be fluid through and through. If your boss deserved a second chance because of your feelings towards him, because he's nice or whatever, then maybe Walt deserves a second chance too. Like, we can't really be picking and choosing when our morals are going to apply to a person. And I understand this guy gives Skyler more validation, more attention, etc. I understand that. But at the same time, if you're sitting here saying, oh, my morals is I don't like when people break the law, I don't like that shit. I didn't talk to my sister for weeks because she stole and she made me make a fool out of myself. Valid. Oh, my boss is money laundering and I work here and I'm the accountant. This isn't falling on my name. Nope, I can't work here. I will not be a part of this. She comes back. Okay, well, now your husband's a drug dealer. Like, the morals are you walk out, okay? You walked out for your boss too. Are you gonna come back to Walt? Who knows? And this next episode really is gonna show, like, if she's kind of like this hypocrite. I do want to applaud the series for subverting my expectations. How I really thought this series was going to end. I thought it would end more like the first episode. I thought it would end with Walt making this big confession to his family. It might still end that way because his son, Skyler, was like, I won't tell Hank and I won't tell your son. And I won't tell the daughter, obviously. I won't tell anyone. But just know that I'm done with this. This is no. You cannot be in our lives anymore at all. I enjoyed how Hank was trying to kind of like cheer Walt up when he was moving his stuff, and Walt's dumbass was like, there's $500,000 in cash in that duffel bag. And Hank's like, ha ha ha, shut the fuck up. You know, what you got in here, cinder blocks? Shut up, Walt. Oh, Walt. Like, I feel like if Hank thought for 2 minutes, he would realize that like half of Walt's little jokes spell it out right in front of his face. I'm Heisenberg. Bald head. Old. There's $500,000 in the bag. JK. I can relate to your dangerous lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like, Walt has had too many little, what can you say, innuendos where it's like, okay, it could mean this, but it could also be a joke. It could mean this, but it could also mean this. So it's like, come on, Hank. Wake up and smell the coffee. Like, what are you doing? And I find it kind of, I don't know how I feel about Skyler not telling Marie about her divorce and stuff upcoming, or the reasons why and stuff. Because now this is just going to put kind of a target on Skyler's back. She's hiding something. So now they're going to try and crack Skyler. What did he do? What did he do? What did he do? If I was Skyler, and I didn't want Walt in jail, I would just be like, he cheated. He cheated, and it was with a younger chick. Boom. Is it bad enough to be believable? Yes. She was 22. There you go. They'll believe that. They won't even want to touch that with a 30-foot stick. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, if she never explains why, then isn't she like an accessory to some of this shit? Isn't she like, couldn't she be kind of like held liable in a way, or maybe? I don't know. But all I know is she could just say something to get Marie off her back. Because you know Marie's going to complain to Hank. And Hank's going to try and press Skyler. What did he do? What did he do? What did he do? And then Hank's going to try and press Hank. Hank's going to try and press Hank. Hank's going to try and press Walt. What did you do, by the way? Like, how are things ending like this? I need to work on my posture, guys. Ooh. Ooh. Did you hear my back crack? And I don't know what's going on, but my fucking boobs keep getting bigger. So that's just happening. And they make me look super fat. So I love that for myself. So yeah, in conclusion, I just feel like Walt Jr. is going to distance himself more and more from his mom. And he's going to want to be more and more involved with his dad's life. He's going to want to be like cool and like fit in with his dad and shit like that. That's what I predict is upcoming. That's what I think is coming up next. This series could still end in Walt confessing to his like entire family. Hank, Marie, Jr., and the daughter, I'm a fucking drug dealer, and that is why I'm dying. Actually, I saw a big fucking spoiler on YouTube. Breaking Bad 2. I don't know if it's real or not. I hope it's a troll. But maybe he doesn't fucking die at the end of this thing. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. I saw a fucking trailer for Breaking Bad 2. I didn't watch it, obviously. Fuck I look like. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention something that made me sad. Jesse saying that he's the bad guy. So Jesse really is blaming himself for not only Jane's death, but for the subsequent plane crash because of her father's grieving, right? Her death really affected him to the point where he couldn't even think straight at his very important job. So Jesse's like, okay, had I not been there to influence her overdose, had I not gotten her back into drugs, had I not caused her to relapse, she'd be alive today. If she was alive today, her father wouldn't have done his job wrong. If he didn't do his job wrong, planes wouldn't have crashed. I wouldn't have killed, 213 people? I forgot what they said. It's a lot of people. And then let's talk briefly about Walt's speech at the school. It ended correctly, but it started really fucking bad. He's like, hey, it's not a big deal. People die every day, sort of thing. Like, there have been bigger plane crashes, and none of us died down here, so move on. We have to move on. But what he did say that was nice was like, I have to sneeze. I swallowed it. Oh, no. Okay, it's gone. What he did say that I kind of liked a lot was, and it was true, like the human experience is tragedy, healing, pressing onward. Tragedy, healing, pressing onward. Tragedy, healing, pressing onward. That is that's a part of the human experience. And people find that stage at their own rate. You can't force someone into healing. You can't force someone into moving on. And it's not moving on, it's moving forward. This thing happened and it will affect you and you will think about it. The key is not forgetting your loved ones. The key is not forgetting or taking for granted the good times that they were, not sullying the memories, the great, amazing memories that you had with your loved ones when they're gone, and moving forward. Acceptance. They're gone. And we had such a beautiful, whatever time we had together, it was so beautiful and meaningful. Now I have to move forward. And they're not with me physically anymore, but I still have these memories. And I can keep these memories alive. And I can keep these memories close to my heart. And so it's moving forward, not moving on. Moving on, impossible. Moving on is what you do when like an ex breaks your heart. That's moving on. A family death or a big traumatic tragedy like that, seeing a pair of legs in a airplane seat outside of your house, no body, that's traumatic. You have to heal and move forward. Like, that imagery and that knowledge puts a stain on your mind. So you have to heal that and then move forward. Move on is the most like insensitive thing you could say to anybody grieving anything. A relationship, a death, anything. Move on is like a fucking bad word. It's like he who must not be named. It's the Voldemort of words. Anyways, I can't wait to see the next episode. I'm probably gonna watch it right now. Yes, I am. I'm expecting Walter Jr. to drift away from his mom, possibly even hate her ass until she tells him the fucking truth. I applaud the series for subverting my expectations. I did not think Skyler would know the truth this early on, but she knows. She knows. And she's agreed to be a true girl. Keep that secret as long as Walt stays out of their life. Obviously, Walt's not going to want to stay out of their life. So I do predict he's going to maybe do some stalker kind of shit. Hopefully not. I do hope Jesse gets better. I know he's probably going to be like down to do more, to sell more drugs since he's the bad guy. Self-proclaimed, he's the bad guy now. At least that's what he believes. It's amazing how sometimes therapy or group therapy or just therapy in general has the opposite effect of what it's supposed to do. This is supposed to make you feel very human. You're a human who makes mistakes, who deserves love and forgiveness, especially from yourself. You have to love yourself and you have to be able to forgive yourself. No matter what. You have to have an unconditional, it can be conditional, but you have to have, it can waver. You have to have a positive regard for yourself and able to stay mentally healthy. You have to go to sleep at night like, I did my best today. More days out of the year than not. You have to have a positive regard for yourself. And that is kind of what therapy tries to give you. By the end of therapy, you're supposed to feel like you're a good person, like you are a person who has flaws, who is working to make them less and less prevalent, less and less of a hindrance to your life and to forming meaningful relationships. Instead, Jesse comes out like, I'm just the bad guy. Nothing I can do to change that. This is who I am. And it was really cute and I guess touching to see Walt like really try to convince Jesse like, no, you're not. You are fine. Nothing you did, like you couldn't have done anything differently to prevent like anything. And then he tells him like, oh, and like planes, yeah, like sure they have like fail safes, but this one box, this crash meter detector plane figure outer thing wasn't working properly, so that could have caused the crash. And it's like, come on, Walt, like he knows. Does he know? He knows. Anyways, I'll see you guys for the next episode. Bye. Don't forget to click that Kickstarter link right now. Since the video's over, click the Kickstarter link. Either pledge your $1 or pledge your $15 for the physical book when it comes out, coming soon. Bye.